Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first episode of the Main Event Breakdown. I am one half of your host, Dawson, and I am here with the other half of your host.
Carson, we are here to review WWE, mainly the main roster for now, but we might eventually do NXT and other companies in the future. So we're going to start with what just recently happened this past Saturday, the Royal Rumble, the start of your road to WrestleMania.
Sir.
So we opened the event with the Women's Royal Rumble, and we started with both Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, as a lot of people expected. Because right now, WWE's women's division, they're doing great in singles, and they've started to develop a lot of those tag teams. And so, at least me, I don't know about Dawson, but going into it, I was expecting at least one of those tag teams to begin the Royal Rumble against each other, and it ended up being Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, which personally I think was the best option out of them.
I agree. I figured it would be one of them tag teams because I feel like right now they're just like overloading all your star power in the women's division into the tag team, which I mean, it's not a bad thing because you still have girls like Stephanie and Raquel doing title stuff, and I guess we'll find out later what happens with that.
Yeah, and then you also have Jade Cargill and uh, Jordan Grace on the other end.
Yes. And which I was hoping for another women's world championship or undisputed champion to emerge today in the Royal Rumble, but that did not happen. She did not return.
Oh yeah,
Missing Bianca Belair.
but
I mean, I'm
is what
sure
it
she's
is.
got to be back sooner or later. You would think.
Yeah, I think she'll come back on the road to WrestleMania. I
Yeah.
mean, she's missed quite a bit. I think she not only took time to heal with, I think it was a broken finger injury,
Yeah.
but I think she also just wanted to take some time off because before then she was working very hard. Her and
Mhm.
Jade were the women's tag team. It just sucks that she got injured in that storyline of Naomi being the one to attack Jade and them having
Yeah.
their match. Bianca getting injured, not being able to be a part of that
Mhm.
did I think affect that a little bit, but those two did great with that. But anyway, going back to the Royal Rumble, started off with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who teased a bit of not like not being friends, trying to
Yeah.
eliminate each
Yeah.
other, but eventually sat there and waited for our number 3 entrant, Kiana James, which she hasn't performed much. She's had a match here or there, but surprisingly, I didn't think she looked half bad. She
I
was
know.
in the Rumble for almost 30 minutes, and I wasn't half bad,
My
at least
my
in my opinion.
my personal opinion, I think her and Sol Ruka kind of like went balled out during that Rumble.
They did.
Those are two that just absolutely balled out.
Surprisingly. So those three were going at it for a little while, and then you come to entrant number 4, Nia Jax, and Nia Jax, like she came in there like a powerhouse, like she usually does. In Rumbles,
Mhm.
you know how she is in Rumbles. She holds that title. Every goes in there just starts crushing. But like this was her shortest Rumble yet, being in there for only around 10 minutes or so. I say shortest Rumble. I guess it was the Rumble where she went in and everybody just targeted her right away. But like for coming in so early on in the Rumble, her getting eliminated pretty quick definitely set a tone of WWE's doing something a little bit newer, maybe trying to develop other powerhouses like
Mhm.
what they did later on. I don't know when exactly she came in, but Lash Legend,
Oh yeah.
the Nia Jax, I guess, tag team
Yep.
partner, but like she took up that Nia role and did it a lot better, in my personal opinion. But so then when Nia Jax was eliminated, she was eliminated by Charlotte Flair. But when Charlotte Flair, she also accidentally eliminated Alexa Bliss at that same time,
Mhm.
which who knows what's
I
going to
don't
happen
know.
there. We'll see how that unfolds on
I mean,
Friday.
she looked devastated. She
Yes.
looked petrified when she threw Alexa Bliss out the ring. But I guess we'll find out. There were a few during this women's Royal Rumble that could cause a lot of controversy within their respective groups.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to see how it develops because some of these girls that have these little breakups, I really wanted to get an outside of their faction or tag team push.
Yeah.
Like Alexa Bliss too. I feel like she would be very good in the on SmackDown with the United States in that little bubble.
They haven't really done anything with that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, the Intercontinental Championship got put on Becky Lynch, and they're doing something with that, but I haven't been seeing them do much with the United States title.
Yeah. It went from Julia or from Chelsea to Julia
No,
and
it went from Chelsea to
to
Selena,
Selena and then
back to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chelsea, and then now
That
it's
was
on
yeah.
Julia.
And it's gone through a total of 3 people, like
Yeah. Um, but anyway, so then, your next few entrances, Ivy Nile, Lola Vice, and Candice LeRae, they were in there for a little bit, but Jordan Grace came out and just threw them all out. Quickly, just
mhm.
absolutely crushed them. Um, and so, yeah, but Jordan Grace, she also looked pretty good
Yeah.
out there. They definitely are building her as a little bit more of a powerhouse to be able to combat Jade Cargill in an
Mhm.
inevitable title match. It seems is what they're building
If
to.
I'm not mistaken, that was your pick to win the Rumble, was it not?
I did pick her to win the Royal Rumble just because I didn't know what they were gonna do for the Raw side of things. I didn't know because Raquel has that match on Raw
Mhm.
tonight. We're recording this on a Monday.
Mhm.
Um, so I didn't know because like I didn't think they were gonna go with her, and I didn't know if they were gonna give it to another member of the Judgment Day, like a
Yeah.
Roxanne or Liv Morgan, who did end up winning. Um, if they were gonna give it to her instead of like letting this go out, maybe Roxanne loses, and then having them win the chamber.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, then heading into uh like heading with Liv being the Royal Rumble winner, which still poses a difficulty because like you know she could stop Roxelle from winning tonight so that she could face Stephanie, or Rox Raquel could win, and then it'd have to be Liv
Yeah.
versus Raquel,
Mhm.
similar to the uh, Bailey Io situation we got
Mm.
a few years ago, or the Triple H Batista
Oh, yeah.
we had way back when. Um, yeah. So anyway, then Becky Lynch came out. She was in there for a little while, but we'll come back to her. But then Sol Ruka came out, and
Oh,
Sol Ruka,
wow.
she did fantastic. She was in the match for 50 minutes. She wasn't the Iron Woman. That was ended up being Charlotte Flair at 59:49. But Sol Ruka was in there for 50 minutes and 47 seconds, and she was in the final three, and she did very well. I'm surprised that she wasn't called up when everybody else was and has still been on NXT.
Yeah.
I mean, she could get called up now. She could stay in NXT. Either way, she had a great performance.
I really thought she would have been called up after Cena's retirement
Yeah,
Saturday Night's Main Event because she performed I thought she performed very well at that
yeah,
match
like
too.
everybody else, like when Javon and Ova Femi and
Yes.
uh, Trick Williams and Jordan Grace. Is there anybody else, any other women that were called up other than Jordan Grace? Last Legend
Oh,
officially.
yeah.
Last Legend
Yeah.
officially.
That's really all I can think of.
But yeah. But then so Ruka came out, Roxanne Perez came out. But then we get to Maxine Dupree and Natty. I don't like I understand why she goes by Natty now, but I don't know if I like the name change. I think I prefer Natalia.
Yeah. Natty just sounds like a natty light.
Like a beer.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's really all I can think of.
I did like the new theme. I thought it was pretty good. Def Rebels definitely been stepping up their game. They
Oh,
have this one.
yeah.
Um, Kit Wilson.
Oh, yeah. That what a bummer. What a
Yeah,
missed opportunity to put Kit Wilson in the women's Royal Rumble.
yeah.
It's a little
Yes, it.
that was my one little joke prediction. You know how like our truth ran into the women's or Nia Jax ran into the men's. I thought it would have been super hilarious if they put Kit Wilson in the
Yeah,
women's rumble.
yeah. So yeah, we did just since we've been referencing these, we did predictions before the Royal Rumble. We had some extra stuff in there that other people don't have. Like we had picks that like we had thing that basically it was so outlandish that if you got it, you would win. But We did those picks, and neither of us did very well in the 2 Rumble matches.
No, not even, like, remotely close.
Yeah,
I don't think
nowhere's
we got a single
close.
thing right in the Rumble matches.
I don't think we did.
No.
I literally so we have a title belt that we hand back and forth with these predictions, and I won, and the only reason I won is because I got the 2 non-Rumble matches correct.
Yeah, because I was being too optimistic.
Yeah, he was too optimistic thinking AJ would win.
Yeah.
But we will get to that more later. Um, so Natty, Maxine Dupree, and Becky Lynch all had a little thing. Becky threw Maxine out with the help of Natty, and then they were there. Becky Lynch was kind of laughing, and then Natty just threw her out.
Yeah.
So I think they're setting up some form of Intercontinental Championship match between those two, and I think Maxine will affect that. And then
We were missing one woman to get thrown into that
yeah.
mix.
But then I think Becky Lynch will go off, kind of almost sneak her way out of that, and Maxine and Natalia, now Natty, will have more of a
Feud.
about without the title.
Oh, I would also like to point out, it's a funny thing. I was on Instagram like yesterday, and I was searching through my Instagram stories. Holy, Becky Lynch, if you ask her, was not eliminated from that Royal Rumble. She had like 10 Instagram stories saying how she was not eliminated from that Royal Rumble.
Well, that's like if you go back to, I think it's the 2008 Rumble when Cena came back from injury and won it.
Yeah.
Hornswoggle was never that Royal Rumble is not over yet. Hornswoggle never went over the top rope. Hornswoggle got injured, rolled out under the bottom rope, and walked out with Finley, I think.
Dude, I was telling you, Hornswoggle should have won it.
But Hornswoggle has not. Hornswoggle and John Cena still have to figure out who wins that.
Yeah, I need a rematch. That should have been his retirement match. Hornswoggle versus John Cena in a Rumble style match, 1-on-1.
Yeah, but after Natty came out, number 14 was Liv Morgan, who ended up being your winner. There's a lot less women Rumbles than men Rumbles, but she is the first woman to win it from the number 14 spot. I don't remember if it was the first person to do so. I don't remember if there was a man who won it from the 14 spot, because I know Cody won it from 15 in 2024. But I don't know if prior to that, if any man had won it from 14 or not. But she, for sure, is the first woman to win it from the number 14 spot. And now at number 15 is Lash Legend, who, as I stated before, looked great. A powerhouse. She eliminated 6 people. Lash Legend eliminated. That's pretty well.
Yeah.
So yeah, she had a great performance, being a powerhouse, similar to that Nia Jax role that Nia Jax had been playing, and all the rumbles prior to this.
That's why putting those two in a tag team is just like insane.
Well, that's similar to the Jade Cargill Bianca Belair one, where the only way they'd lose is like with shenanigans.
Yeah, because that is just like, it's just a powerhouse. But I guess they're not even next in line for tag anyway.
No, the next in line are
Julia and Kiana James.
Then coming out in the number 16 was Selena Vega. I don't really know what she's up to these days. Her and Aleister Black just got done with their Damian Priest feud.
Yeah.
As the YouTuber Santi Zap likes to say, the Wepaverse.
And the Wepaverse.
Yeah, well, Damian Priest gets into feuds with people, and it takes up half their year, if not like a whole year. And like, don't get me wrong, I like Damian Priest as a wrestler. I thought it was super funny that Logan Paul's story where Damian Priest was dressed up as Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah.
But Damian Priest, he's a great character, but some of his feuds just go on way longer than they need to.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
So I don't know what they're going to do with Selena. Hopefully they insert her back in the United States title picture.
Just put women in the United States title picture, please. That's just like an ask in general.
Yeah. Well, like if you bring Sol Ruka up, she could I think that'd be great for her. Then at number 17, you got Raquel Rodriguez, which was great. Um, she only has 2 eliminations, but she was out there looking also like a bit of a
Yeah.
powerhouse. It's nice to see WWE having a variety of women, like more powerhouses.
Mhm.
Because like the men have always had, the Brock Lesnar's, Drew McIntyres of the world, but like the women have had Nia Jax mostly over the years.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the WWE video game, yeah, you have the technicians and strikers and uh your cruiserweights, your flyers that the women's division has been full of, and they've been great, but they've only really ever had the one powerhouse being Nia Jax, and like you had China way back when, but that wasn't like really when they cared about the women's
Mhm. Yeah.
division before. But now seeing that they have a lot of these powerhouses like Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair when she's here, it's pretty much a powerhouse. Nia Jax, now you got Last Legend. It's nice to see that.
Mhm.
Chelsea Green came in, and I think she had one of my favorite spots at the women's rumble when she was about to get eliminated, and oh, which henchman is it that went and like carried her around on her back?
Oh, Alba Fire.
Alba Fire,
Yeah,
yeah, because
that
Piper
was
Niven's
good.
injured.
Yeah, that was good.
I did enjoy that. It fits Chelsea's character so
Yeah.
well. Chelsea does a great job with her
I
characters.
do very much like Chelsea Green's character.
And she still got the mixed tag title
Mhm.
from AAA.
Yeah, I haven't seen those been defended in a while, but,
Oh,
you know.
see what's gonna happen now because she's in this tag team with Ethan Page, but now Matt Cardona's in the
Yeah.
WWE now. So let's WWE
Yeah.
WWE. We should like do something with this. That pretty
That would
interesting.
yeah.
No, I think it's okay. Let Matt Cardona try and thrive, do some single stuff, maybe go for a world title because he's pretty well built. I think him and Cody had that little talk
Mhm.
backstage, but I would love to see him strive for a world title
I'm glad that
on
he's
SmackDown.
back. I'm glad that he's back as Matt Cardona,
Not Zack
not
Ryder.
Zack Ryder. I feel like he built himself up so much out of the company as Matt Cardona that only fits for him to
Yeah.
come back as Matt Cardona.
It was nice to see him come back as Zack Ryder for a night in the
Yeah.
Cena tournament,
Yeah.
and then him coming back and being Zack Ryder's theme, and then all of a sudden the Titantron and everything switches to be Matt Cardona. Was
Mhm.
nice to see that he
Yeah.
built, the work that he did building himself up outside the company gets to stay with him.
Mhm.
And then after Chelsea Green, you had Julia, which was, I mean, women's United States champion. Didn't expect her to win the Rumble. Uh, she did pretty well for the performance. It's hard when you have so many women in the Rumble at one time to showcase everybody in a glorious spotlight.
Mhm.
There's always a few people who fall to the side who like don't have super huge spots, and like with Julia, I don't remember any super huge crazy spots right off the top of my head. I'm not saying she's a bad wrestler. Like I enjoy her work, but just nothing memorable from this Rumble for her.
Yeah.
Oh, then we have Io Sky coming out to the ring.
I
Uh,
It's Io Sky. I mean, she's
yeah,
a
she's a
fantastic wrestler.
wrestler. There's not
There's
much.
not really much to say about Io Sky. She's just
Yeah.
amazing.
And then right after Io comes out Asuka.
Yeah. Which
So they're going after it.
oh yeah.
And then entrant number 22, Io Sky gets some backup.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley. And I I like Io and Rhea uh, as a as wrestlers. This tag team is all right. I understand where they're going with the story purposes, but I would have much rather kept them as single stars because then you still have a bit of a women's division with singles and tag team.
Mhm.
Because I mean, yes, they're the tag team champs right now, but you have the Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss tag team, Nia Jax, Lash Legend tag team,
Yeah.
and Kiana James, Julia, got the Kabuki Warriors.
Mhm.
So I personally I thought we were good for tag teams for a little bit, but I understand what they're doing and
Yeah.
where they're going with the story, and I would love to see it kind of finish out.
Mhm.
Um, then at number 23, Bailey came out. Oh yeah, there's the Bailey Lyra tag team.
Yes.
Um,
Depending on which Bailey decides to
yeah,
show up.
as we like to call her, Tweaker Bailey,
Tweaker Bailey, yes. Whether she's yelling at people that she's an idiot or they're idiots or just beating people.
beating people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then after Bailey, we had JC Jane,
This was one
NXT star.
this is one I definitely saw.
Yeah,
There was a couple NXT stars that I was surprised didn't make it in here.
yeah.
Blake Monroe,
Blake Monroe, Tatum
Tatum
Paxton,
Paxley. Yeah.
Paxley, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, great to see that the NXT champ was there,
Yeah.
Sol Ruka. Um, yeah, so the two that were in it and the two we just named were definitely four names we thought of from NXT that would make an appearance in the Rumble. So I'm glad to see some NXT representation, especially with last year in the Women's Rumble when it was very filled with NXT stars who did great.
Mhm.
Like, because last year, Roxanne Perez, Last Legend, they were both still in NXT.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
it was great.
Mhm.
Um, then came out Nikki Bella, who,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep. That's
I, I, she wrestles. She can
yeah.
do it. I definitely something I cannot do. She's in better physical shape. I can't dox her for anything. As a character, though, right now I am just not a fan.
Yeah.
Um, she had that little thing with Stephanie, but hasn't done anything since.
But now I can about
The,
imagine where she's going after this. After the Rumble's over, I bet I know exactly what division she's going to.
well, yeah, we'll get there. We're almost there. So she was entered number 25. Number 26, out comes Lyra. Bailey gets some backup.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Um,
27, Kalani Jordan.
yeah, I don't. She didn't have any limbs. She was just
Yeah,
she was she was throwing people around though, which was
yeah. I was towards the end of the women's rumble. I was, you know, where we're at. It was about mid afternoon. I was kind of just eating. It was at that point where I would usually take an afternoon nap.
mm,
So I was trying to stay awake. I was not super into the women's rumble, but I'm not like it's not because any of these women are bad or anything. It was just I was kind of tired,
yeah.
had a just eaten, had a bit of a full stomach, so I was fighting to stay awake. So then after Kalani was Kyrie Sane, and we had the whole incident with her eliminating Asuka and then getting eliminated by Io.
Yep.
So I want to see how that unfolds.
Yeah.
I don't know because Asuka started yelling at Kyrie. And I don't know exactly. Nobody knows exactly what happened after that because they had to cut for an entrance, being our number 29 entrant, Brie Bella.
Yep. Well,
So that
they're
now
good.
we've brought Brie Bella back. If she's back for a decent amount of
I
time,
think I saw something that said she was. I guess I don't know. I mean, it was on Instagram, so who knows how
yeah,
true
you
it
gotta
was.
take that with a grain of
That
salt.
she had an extended. She's gonna have an extended
Extended
stay in
stay.
the WWE, but
Which would be nice because the Bella Twins are a great women's tag team that were around, but there weren't any women's tag team titles for them to
yeah.
have or anything, so there
Hmm.
wasn't much they could do. Versus now, we have the tag titles, so there's actually a goal for them to achieve.
Hmm.
Um, they agree. And the entrance number 33. 33? 30. There's only 30 entrants in the Royal Rumble. Uh, Tiffany Stratton, great wrestler. She was runner up
Yep.
actually. Glad to see her back after being out for what a little over a month.
Yeah.
More than that, I
Yeah.
don't exactly remember when she went out, but it's good to see her back. Um, Definitely little upset. No AJ Lee or Bianca Belair
Belair.
return.
Well, that was my pick to win the Rumble. I was fully expecting Bianca Belair would come back at like his last three or 27 through 30, last four, and win it because her and Jade
Yeah.
already have that, and then you can you can build a story off of that.
Uh-huh.
But Liv Morgan, I guess you can also build a story off of
Yeah.
that. That was everybody else's big. Oh, she has to win the Rumble this year because she's been runner up.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah,
3 years?
2 years, something like that. But finally give her time, which I'm not sad. I'm not mad about Liv Morgan winning the Rumble. I think that was a
Yeah.
good choice.
Yeah.
But I'm a little upset with this number 30 entrant. But that's also because, the internet likes to tease you and make you think that people like Paige will
Paige
come
are gonna
back,
return.
and then it just doesn't happen. But
Yeah, that's what I learned that heading into the Royal Rumble in 2024 of like people posting things online and like this person's coming back or this person quit their last company, they're coming to the Royal Rumble and
mhm,
all that stuff, and you go and believe it, and then when it doesn't happen, the Rumble just kind of sucks when it's supposed to be like a great pay per view,
mhm,
and all the stuff that you expected or like put in your mind is going to happen doesn't happen. Then you've just like you've raised the bar too high that WWE can't rate it.
yeah.
Um,
But I'm gonna say that everybody said that this Royal Rumble was so bad and was so awful, and I'm gonna say that I think they're just blinded. Like these people, the internet wrestling community, they like to just complain a lot, especially about a certain men's entrant that I'll discuss upon when we get to there.
mhm.
But yeah, I just didn't think it wasn't super amazing, but it was not. It really wasn't that bad. I really didn't think it was that bad.
All right. First off, I would like to apologize for the possible change in audio quality. We had to make a quick change in settings after some stuff went down. All right. So we're gonna pick up roughly where we left off, talking about the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble being Liv Morgan, and as we stated earlier, not a bad choice in our opinion. I do like the decision to have Liv Morgan eliminate Raquel Rodriguez, kind of setting up a little like possible Judgment Day implosion there, especially with the with the Raquel Philadelphia street fight this evening. Um, but then ending with the final three being Sol Ruka, Tiffany Stratton, and Liv Morgan, and them hanging off the rope off the apron and then fighting off the apron to finish out the match, which I do enjoy, but I have noticed, and it is a small critique, that this is what WWE has been doing in recent years with the finale of their Royal Rumbles is fighting on the apron with, will they, won't they, fall
Mhm.
off, seeing who's about to win. But all in all, I thought it was a good spot, and I am glad to see Liv Morgan win since we didn't have any uh other like huge returns other than like Tiffany Stratton and like Brie Bella and some of those. But like I'm happy to see that it was Liv Morgan who won since Bianca Belair didn't return.
Yes, I would have to agree with that because I know that when she came back, she was going to go for the title, for the women's title, the one on Raw.
You're talking about Liv, right?
Yeah, Liv.
Yep.
So I figured if Bianca didn't come back in the Rumble, Liv was going to be the one that took it. And I would think it would be interesting. That's why part of me wants Raquel to win tonight
Uh
because
huh.
I think it would be more interesting to have her go for those two best friends go fight each other for the title at WrestleMania.
Yep. Like as we said earlier, the Bailey EO we had a few years ago at WrestleMania 40,
Mhm.
and then the Triple H Batista way back in the 2000s.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm not complaining about the winner as much as I wanted it to be Bianca because I really wanted her to come back and
Mm-hmm.
win and then go a feud with Jade. I'm not complaining.
And we also still have Chamber. Like we have to keep this in mind.
Yeah.
Like people who you want to win the Rumble can also win Chamber. They're only a
Mhm.
month apart. They're both a guaranteed shot at the title, and whoever is going like Liv if she goes after the women's world heavyweight title or whatever it's called,
Hmm.
then whoever's going to win Chamber is more than likely going to go after the other one.
Yes.
So
yeah.
the winners of Chamber and Rumble are very similar in what they do with that victory.
Hmm. And now I would like to point out Sol Ruka being in the final three.
Yeah.
I was quite impressed with her performance. The Soul Snatcher is quickly becoming one of my favorite finishers because it is just amazing.
Yeah, and it's a great finisher. It's one of those finishers that suffers from having to be like almost in a specific spot in the ring.
Yeah,
Like
like a moonsault.
yeah, like I like don't get me wrong, beautiful finisher, but like finishers that can be hit anywhere. Like for example, the most well known one, the RKO.
Oh yeah,
But like you hit it can happen anywhere in the ring. Most of the time, any
just like
time.
anywhere, quite literally just anywhere.
Like another big one, the Claymore.
Yeah,
That just happens
just
anywhere. Versus like as you said, a moonsault, a frog splash, the Soul
Yeah,
Snatcher have to happen in the corner.
yeah. But yeah.
It is what it is. Once again, beautiful finisher. I have no complaints. It's just the match isn't going to end if she hits a move in the middle
Mhm.
of the ring,
Yeah,
and like yeah, and it also leads to I feel like in the future a lot of her matches will like have the rope break of like, oh, she didn't quite beat him because they're next to the rope break. But
yeah.
I I have no idea. I'm not booking WWE. I have no idea what their thought process, especially recently. We've
Yeah.
had some questionable decisions,
Yeah.
but as we've have stated, the winner for this Rumble though was not a questionable
Oh yeah,
decision.
no, it was not. Again, if Bianca returned, then it would have been. I could see going either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really all I got for the women's rumble. Everybody said it was bad, but there is one thing overall I'd like to point out about this event. I think it's time we discuss the crowd.
Well, I didn't think the crowd was horrible. You got to remember they're in an open stadium,
Yeah,
and it looks like there wasn't many fans there with like the light things they had there. But you look at videos of people who are there, that place was packed, and they were making noise. It's just like you can't make a lot of noise with an open stadium.
yeah, and then I just find it. I like that all the women were dressed like Power Rangers. That was quite funny. I did like the little TikTok that they all made
Yeah,
too. That was great, pointing that out.
with like Maxine,
Yeah, like
Chelsea,
Maxine,
Jordan
Chelsea,
Grace.
Jordan Grace, JC Jane, all of them.
Yeah,
But the other thing I would like to point out about just like the atmosphere in general was that stage. That
yes.
stage was, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty nice.
Thank you, Saudi Money, for the
Yeah,
stage.
that was
Yeah,
pretty neat stage.
it reminds you of the old stages WWE used to have of like I always remember the WrestleMania in New York when it had the Statue of Liberty up there
Or
and
even
all that
like
stuff.
WrestleMania 41 in Vegas. That stage was not too
E-
bad.
It wasn't bad. Like another like the WrestleMania 40 stage was all right, but it
Mhm.
just had like the 40 like I want WrestleManias to almost have like themes of the city
Yeah.
and like just like Peely's like you go back and think of like the TLC, that pay-per-view, the stage was riddled with ladders and chairs
Mhm.
and table like it just I don't like the super bland
Yep. I
stages.
want my WrestleMania stage this year to be a giant poker chip. Giant poker chip stage. Fits beautifully. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, that is all we have for the women's Royal Rumble. Moving on to the AJ Styles Gunther match.
Oh
AJ
boy.
Styles' career on the line.
Oh boy, do I guess I don't really have much to say. I mean, it's quite unfortunate that AJ's career in WWE has ended. He said he wanted to make 2026 his year, and I thought he meant his year, not his month.
That's
But
true.
I guess hopefully he goes back to TNA and has a run through TNA.
Yeah. I we'll get back. I'll say what I have seen and what my thoughts are once we like at the end of the
Yeah.
after reviewing the match.
But the decision to have Gunther win, I mean, is At the end of the day, it's not for the people that blame Triple H. It's not Triple H's fault.
Yeah, it was.
AJ decides when he wants to retire.
Yeah,
Triple H didn't decide, hey AJ, you have to retire at the Royal Rumble. I think it's more poetic because he just debuted at the 2016 Royal Rumble, and then 10 years later at 2026 Royal Rumble, he ends his career
ends
with
his
WWE.
career.
But it's just I'm starting to get a little sick of Gunther matches just because it's chop, 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 power bomb, 10-minute sleeper fest.
Yeah, which is it fits Gunther's character perfectly
Mhm.
because he is killing, especially that John Cena match. He is killing sports entertainment. He is
Yeah.
professional wrestling,
Mhm.
and so like his move set is to some kind of boring, but it fits perfectly with his character.
Yeah.
And definitely going into this match, I didn't want AJ Styles to be done and over with,
Mhm.
but I saw it coming.
Yeah.
Like especially with his match against Shinsuke Nakamura at Saturday
Yeah.
Night's Main Event, and everything building to that.
All this being on SmackDown and all this, the house that AJ Styles built.
Built,
I'm like,
yeah,
and then his pyro during his entrance. I'm like, yeah, this might be raps.
yeah, it was
But
unfortunate to see him go.
I do want to harp on the way it ended, though. Guys,
Yes,
if we want to do the pass out or count out, whatever, I don't know.
whatever it's called.
Yeah, then you got to be consistent.
Yeah, so what we're talking like the rules and what WWE was the refs is very inconsistent. AJ Styles passed out, they checked his arm one time and called it.
Yeah.
And the rule is like what they did with Goldberg, what they did with Cena was they checked 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't do that with AJ. And it was fine. He still could have passed out, but you need to be consistent. It's similar to the Hell in a Cell match between Seth Rollins and the Fiend Bray Wyatt that ended in a DQ. It's a
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
They don't. There's no
no
DQs.
DQs.
How do you end a Hell in a Cell match with DQs?
Yeah.
It's similar to that situation. Like AJ Styles can pass out, that can be the finish, but we need to be consistent on how we finish the matches, being check 3 times or only check once.
Yeah.
Or we need to set that and make sure that is like what we do.
Yeah. But other than that, the match was. I didn't think it was terrible.
And I really liked the ref in that match. I forget which ref it was, but he was, getting on Gunther like, hey, you
Yeah.
gotta get away. Here's the count, whatever. And he was
just beating him to a pulp in the corner.
yeah, that ref, great acting skills. They
Mhm.
were
Yeah.
very well done.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I really don't have much. I guess there's not really much to say about it. It started off slow, but I feel like AJ's matches did that because I felt the same
Well,
way when I watched the Shinsuke match.
and Gunther's matches also always
Yeah.
start slow. It matches just in general always start slow, but like especially those big heels, like Roman Reigns, his matches always like in his heel run, his uh long tribal chief run
Yeah.
with the bloodline, matches always took forever to get going. But once they got going,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't stop. Like
Yeah.
it was big move after big move, bloodline member after bloodline member, and that's how it was. And people were invested in it, and still kind of are.
Yeah. I feel like you really know when a Gunther match is about to end, especially when like I said, his 10-minute sleeper fest starts.
Yeah,
But when they break out and he jabs that elbow right into like the side of their neck, that's when you know it's like, yeah, okay, it's over. But I mean, it was AJ's time. Like I said, him losing. Hopefully, he didn't take his gloves off in the ring.
yes,
He set his stuff
that
off.
is what I was going to get to. Is
So
AJ didn't take his gloves off. He took them off and was about to set them down, but put them back on, and like didn't leave him in the ring after. So I definitely believe he's gonna go do a run in another company. Now, there's two ways he can go. He can go to TNA,
mhm.
which was Impact Wrestling and TNA both when AJ was there,
Yeah.
and that truly is the house that AJ Styles built. Like SmackDown, that was a gag, whatever, but like TNA is the company that is built almost primarily off of AJ Styles.
Yeah.
So I could see him going back there doing a run. But like with them being partnered with WWE, I don't know how well that would work.
Mhm.
But I can also see him. Some people don't want this, but I can see him going to AEW. Reason being is because there's a lot of people there who he wrestled in TNA and New Japan when he was at those companies that he can have one final match with again. As well as there's the storyline of Kenny Omega kicking AJ Styles out of the Bullet Club
Yeah.
when AJ Styles initially left to go to WWE.
Yep.
So there's that whole storyline that still could get played out. So I as much as I want him to go to TNA again, I have this gut feeling that he's going to go to AEW and do what he wants there. And
Mhm.
props to him. Let him go live his best life.
Yeah. Listen, I'm me personally, I want TNA just because I want to see BDE versus AJ Styles. That would be
that would be a good
amazing.
match. That
I
would be
would
good.
love to watch that. He just fought Nick Nemeth, which is
Yeah.
crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's not a whole lot to say about the Styles. The next match after that, though, there's really nothing to say about it.
The
The
WWE Championship match
Yeah.
between Sami Zayn and the champion Drew McIntyre. And as I stated earlier, I was pretty tired. I needed my afternoon nap, and unfortunately, this is the match where it happened. I was not invested in this match at all. Not because of the two guys. The two guys are great, but I there was just not enough build to the match for me, and really, Sami Zayn did not have much offense. Drew McIntyre basically just beat Sami Zayn to a pulp.
Mhm.
Um, like I say, so I slept through the first half of the match. And I got up, and at that point, there was no way Sammy was gonna win. Sammy could not run his underdog story of how much Drew McIntyre had beat him up.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what your thought is.
I just back when the Saturday night's main event, the Fatal 4-Way, I knew once Sammy was in that, I knew immediately because the Rumble was in Saudi that
Well, the
Sammy
Rumble was in
winning.
Saudi, and that Saturday night's main event was in Canada.
Yeah,
So
Montreal, Quebec, one of those places. I think it was Montreal.
I think it was Montreal too. But so Sammy was definitely winning in Canada, and then it being in Saudi, giving him a world title match. But like, there was the thought of Sami Zayn winning that because it was in Saudi and he's Muslim. But once that opening bell rang and Drew just started ripping, it was it was done for. There was no Sami Zayn is gonna win now.
I do like how they're playing Drew though, just like as this just power. How he does not care, no
Yeah.
remorse. He will literally just beat you to a pulp.
Well, he doesn't like his characters. You know, he got the title. And he's not letting go of it now.
And then, yeah, I guess I don't know. I mean, there's not much. I really don't have much to say about this match because it was just I knew Drew was going to retain because there's no way he loses on his first title, on his first defense.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it, but
After everyone,
not after the Saturday Night's Main Event brawl.
yeah, and not after. And I just think I didn't think it was going to happen after everyone pushed so hard for Drew to get the championship in the first place.
Yeah.
Everyone's complaining about that. There would have been outrage if
Yeah.
Sammy won the championship, but
Hey, but after this match, Drew still has an undefeated record against Sammy, and
Yep.
Sammy took his first loss in Saudi Arabia.
that is very true.
But that's
Anything
about
else?
all I got for that
Yeah, that's
match.
about all I got
So
too. So let's get. All right, now let's get into the final match on the card, the one that everyone anticipates when they hear the Royal Rumble, the Men's Royal Rumble. Starting
go.
off with, of course, the first entrant, Obafemi. Now, me personally, I really was not expecting Oba to be the first,
Nope.
first entrant. I thought it would have been I thought Cody was going to be the first entrant.
Yeah.
That's what I really thought after his little spiel on SmackDown. about how he's entering, about he's declaring for the Royal Rumble.
Uh-huh.
I thought he was like declaring, and it was going to be the first entrant. Like Jacob would have been the second or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Seeing Oba at number 1 was fantastic. He went out there, looked like $1,000,000. When entrant number 2, Braun Breaker, came out, I thought we were going to get an exciting first part of the Rumble, and we did, but for a different reason.
Yeah.
However, Oba was in there for 39 minutes and 4 seconds, which is just under what Javon Evans did. So Oba was nearly the Iron Man of the Rumble, and the first 5 eliminations all went to Oba Femi.
Yeah,
he was just throwing people
Yeah,
out.
he definitely tore the place up. But yeah, he really was just in there just throwing around. They were just really did a good job of showing
His power.
how powerful Obafemi really is.
Like they did a good job of that at the Saturday Night's main event for Cena's last match when he faced Cody, that ending in DQ with Drew McIntyre, of course. But like then moving him up to here showed him as a monster, and I was glad to see that.
And him tangling with Brock too, but
Yep.
we'll get to that more when we get to Brock. But entrant number 2, Braun Breaker, lasting a total of 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I was not expecting
that.
Yeah, I was not expecting him to get jumped.
Yeah. I expected a possibility of Braun Breaker winning the Rumble, but not getting jumped right away and getting eliminated within 10 seconds. That mask man, however, we got to talk about his mask.
Oh, the mask? You mean with the eyebrows?
Yeah, if you look closely, his mask kind of looks like he's got some eyebrows on it.
I don't know if they're actually there, like if someone actually, but it's so unsettling, but it's hilarious at the same time.
Yeah.
But as for who we think is under the mask, I can't believe that our Raw general manager Adam Pearce would do such a thing.
But like for actually like who it actually was, I'm pretty sure it was Logan Paul. Now, if Logan Paul is just acting as a body double because of the limited amount of people we had in Saudi Arabia, could be, or it could actually end up being Logan Paul. But if you look at the comparison pictures of Logan Paul and this guy, they have a similar build. They have a similar beard color, at least from what you can see through the mask. So I think it was Logan Paul. Whether it's actually going to be Logan Paul who's behind the mask, or if he was just acting as a body double at the moment, I'm not for sure.
Yeah, otherwise, I mean, like, if we're going off the whole body double thing, I think that, like, it's probably going to be, like, it could be, like, Seth Rollins. I don't think it's going to be, people saying it's Austin Theory again.
I can see that being a possibility.
It's a possibility, but I don't really know if that's the correct option. Like, you already did it once, why do it again?
And, like, with what they did with him before with the Masked Man, it was great. But if we're just gonna put him in a mask again,
just have him turn
without
the mask. But yeah, that's really it. But yeah, I cannot. He really just beat him up and then let Obafemi throw him over. But
Obafemi did that to these next.
Well, yeah,
few competitors as well, though.
Well, next one though, Solo, as our entrant number 3. He looked like he held his own for a little while.
Yeah, he came in and he fought Obafemi for a little bit, but he was not in the Rumble for a very extensive amount of time.
Just under 4 minutes. But, you know, I mean, it's Solo. Solo, I think, is kind of being a jobber after the Bloodline.
Yeah, unfortunately. They made him have his own bloodline, and they're the tag team champs on SmackDown right now, so they're doing something. It's not like they're just thrown aside, but definitely the Solo Sikoa we got right after WrestleMania 40 is not the Solo Sikoa we have now.
I am liking his little thing a little bit though, because I do like how he took about like taking the lantern and all that.
Yes,
I thought that was interesting. But you know, I guess we'll go from there. But the next entrant, though, I don't really know what their thought process was against bringing up Obafemi
with Rey Mysterio. Now, I have somebody we could have flipped him with. We'll talk a little bit more, but like Rey Fenix was not in the Rumble for very long, way in the upper spots. If you're gonna get rid of Rey Fenix quickly, we should have put him here, letting Rey Mysterio have some more time to shine later on.
Yeah, I very much feel that. There's not
There's
really
not
much to
much.
say.
I will say though, Rey Mysterio, looking at it, it's looking like we're hitting the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
Possible retirement this year,
Mhm.
next year. Would love to see him have another title run, whether that's a mid card or world championship. Um, Maybe even rekindling a relationship with Dom before he
Yeah, I
retires.
would very much like to see that. I feel like I don't know, like you can work in Dom's character because that's kind of like his whole thing.
Yeah,
But like I feel like you could also make it so like maybe Ray makes him like shape up and then he starts like his whole character is making amends. But I don't know.
yeah, but who knows? Possibility, but I definitely see the end of Rey Mysterio's career here in the future. Hopefully not, but it is what it is.
Mhm.
Gunther will probably retire him.
Unfortunately, that's become the norm. But number 5, we had was just my this is our first non-declared.
Yeah, Return of the Night.
Yeah, was Rusev, and I was quite shocked about this one. I mean,
Yeah,
granted, he only lasted 32 seconds, and
yeah. With how Rusev was treated from his return on the Raw after Mania to when when he went out to now not lasting very long in the Rumble. I like Rusev, but it does not look like a very bright future for him at the
yeah,
moment.
yeah. I feel like he could have been used a little better because I feel like he's one of those other bigger guy that you can put up like I have a little bit of a fight with Oba
Yeah,
instead of just like him being there and getting
tossed out almost
eliminated.
instantly.
Yeah, and then number 6 we had Matt Cardona.
Which great to see him as when he returned, changing from Zack Ryder to Matt Cardona.
Yep, but he lasted longer than Rusev in the ring.
But he was still under a minute, which is
Yeah,
unfortunate.
still under a minute, but yeah, I mean, like I guess Matt is just like another one of those like I understand that like kind of just he's
Yeah.
just there to make Oba look like a beast.
And I mean, to their point, like you can't make everybody look good in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, this is true because you have so many
Yeah.
people in there. But
But going back, like love seeing it as as Matt Cardona, especially in the Rumble, him doing all that work to rebrand himself outside of the WWE, letting him continue that coming back.
yeah, but speaking of an underutilized character, we have our entrant number 7 with Damian Priest.
Yes.
He was in for a good 11 minutes,
Hmm.
but
I don't
the
remember a lot of what he did, except
yeah,
there's one spot I remember him in. We'll get that
yeah,
here in a couple entrances.
but like Damian Priest just hasn't.
He hasn't done much.
Yeah, he didn't even eliminate anybody.
Yeah,
But
they gave him the world title run, and it was a little strugglesome at first, but like on the tail end, I did quite enjoy it. But they haven't done much with him after. They had
exactly,
that feud with Drew McIntyre, which is all right. They had the feud with Aleister Black, which personally I was not a fan of. And I want to see where they go with him from here on out. However, there are clips circulating around of Logan Paul recording him when he's dressed up as Spider Man. That was
yeah,
pretty
that was
funny.
good, and I did like that. And then entrant number 8 ends up being our Iron Man for the match, and it was Javon Evans. He
Eh,
is he's something.
Bouncy.
That boy is bouncy, but he's been amazing
Yeah.
bringing him up to the main roster, and he definitely deserves that spot being
Hmm.
brought up from NXT because he is just he's not one of them high flyers, but he
Yeah.
doesn't. I guess I haven't really seen him botch a whole lot, and he has like he's dedicated.
There's one quote unquote botch. Like I don't really like the term just because everybody messes up in their job at some point or another.
Yeah.
But there's one that I remember, and it was when Randy Orton went down to NXT, tried to hit an RKO off a flip or something, just missed it. So it is what it is. But that's like
Yeah.
otherwise he's really good with what he
Mhm.
does. High flying guy, fantastic in the ring.
And then we got number 9,
Entrant number 9.
Mr. Iguana.
Oh, I love it.
I thought that was great. Really. The AAA representation in the Rumble this year was
Pretty good.
pretty good. Granted, you like, well, you have Mr. Iguana, but you can't put someone like Finn Balor in there. I'm like, okay, well, like
I
get
understand that argument.
I understand that argument, but Mr. Iguana, he is a little more known than guys like La Parka, which we'll
we'll get to.
we'll get to later. But
He came in there, and the spot I was talking about earlier with Damian Priest was when Damian Priest chokeslammed both Mr. Iguana and his pet iguana.
yeah, and then I saw, what was it? I think it was an Instagram clip on their page, and it was after the Rumble, and he was like having a doctor check on Yeska to see if he was still alive after the choke slam, and then he fed him like a Dorito or something and started petting him.
Of course.
But yeah, I feel Mystery Iguana. I think it was a good pick. You gotta have some surprises, and I thought it was funny. It was like, I don't want to say kind of like Speed last year because Speed doesn't wrestle, but it was a good like little cameo.
Yeah.
But then number 10 entrant, another NXT call up that I think is phenomenal. And that be Trick Willie. Trick Willie.
Whoop that trick.
Whoop that trick. Although he's missing a lot of the Booker T commentary, but
it is what it is.
But yeah, I think Trick Williams, he did very well. I mean, he wasn't in for a whole lot of time.
Yeah, I would love to see him feud for the United States title with Carmelo Hayes.
Yes.
Just because they still have that history from NXT where Carmelo was the heel and Trick was the face, and now the roles are reversed.
Yep.
I'd love to see that, and then Trick Williams win the United States title and kind of stop the open challenges. Love the United States Open Challenge, don't get me wrong. But Trick Williams get it and be like, no, I'm not defending this every week. Why would I? Only defend this on pay-per-views. That's when a champion should defend, not every week.
Yeah.
I think that works a little bit with his character. I think his character reminds me a little bit of Hollywood Rock. So I think that would fit pretty well.
Yeah, he gives me like, especially with his like backstage segments, he gives me vibes. English apparently. Of Hollywood Rock and Booker T. Just like his facial expressions, like I saw it was on SmackDown before the Rumble. He like taking his glasses off. He was doing like the really like big bulgy eye look around like Booker T would do, and then just the way he talks too gives me very much Hollywood Rock vibes.
Yeah.
But then we move on to our number 11th entrant, which is our QB1, Cody Rhodes.
I was a little surprised to see Cody this early just because like when you get to Rumbles, you have your like more mid-card people wrestle around for about the first half.
Yeah.
First 2/3, and then you get to number 20, and that's when all your big names, your main eventers start coming out, and that's when the ring gets going. But seeing Cody come out at number 11 was a nice little treat.
To be 100% fair though, this whole Rumble was just
stacked.
superstars. They like just threw everyone in there. Granted, you knew a good like 2/3 of who was going to be in the Rumble.
I'll talk about my opinion on that later.
We'll get to that one later, but like still, there were quite a few. I mean, Cody being up here, especially with some of the names that come after him, there's still some mid-carder guys.
Yeah.
But
we got to talk about the next two.
I'm going to bundle the next two together because I think as much as people are like, wow, are you wasting spots? This was perfect.
Yeah.
Them putting both, having El Grande Americano, the supposed Ludwig Kaiser El Grande Americano, and then having Chad Gable come back. I'm sorry. Oh, the original El Grande Americano come back.
Yep.
Not yet proven to be Chad Gable, but I mean, let's be real. I'm gonna say if he comes back tonight on Raw,
come on. Yeah. Well, we all know.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing them come out there and do the little Spider-Man point at each other.
Well, when I heard the entrance music, I got so pissed because I thought we wasted a Rumble spot on one of those Los Americanos, his little goons. But then I look on the Titantron and I see original. I'm like, no way. There's no way that they did this.
And out comes the original El Grande Americano.
Yeah, definitely hit the spray tan. It definitely hit the tanning bed.
Yeah. But it was also nice to have them have two different entrances, not have the same one.
Yeah. But
hopefully the storyline comes to an end. El Grande Americano's been fun, but like I think it's about time to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think it's
we need to let like Pete Dunne and Ludwig and Chad Gable go and actually be themselves instead of being stuck with this El Grande Americano storyline.
Yeah. But moving on. Now we have another one that was I did not expect to be there, but
there.
Powerhouse Hobbs, or I guess now as he's called in the WWE, Royce Keys,
Yeah,
was our number 14 entrant, which was like,
which is a nice treat.
yeah, it was.
Same with
I feel like
Cody.
that was our treat for the Rumble.
Yeah.
That was really about it for the big surprise return.
Yeah,
or
and
the
I
debut.
I'm glad to see him on the main roster,
Mhm.
not heading to NXT because that's where people thought he was going. He's ready and more than capable of being on the main roster, but people thought since Oba and Trick and Javon leaving NXT that there's this power vacuum. They were going to put Powerhouse Hobbs there, and I'm glad to put him on the main roster. And like, I'm not saying there aren't stars on NXT, but being able to build those guys up some more without having another guy there who's just the superstar will be nice and let NXT actually create high level stars like what they did with Javon, Oba, and Trick before sending them up.
Yeah.
And he's a beast.
Yeah.
I definitely think that him and Oba are going to be on opposite brands, whether Powerhouse Hobbs, now Royce Keys, is on Raw, then Oba's on SmackDown, or vice versa. But I don't think they're going to be on the same brand.
And me personally, I want to see Oba on. See, that's now that I say that, I don't know. I guess I want to say Raw because of the vision.
Yeah.
Because if you could see Oba like kind of just like clash with them a little bit, and I know Brock,
he would clash with Bronson Reed the most.
I feel like isn't Brock Lesnar technically on Raw because
I don't know what
on Raw, or is he just doing whatever the hell he wants?
I think Brock Lesnar does whatever the hell he wants.
Okay, well I guess yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, and then our next member of the Vision, technically our first member of the Vision to
actually be in the Rumble,
like participate, then that's Austin Theory. Your pick to win the Rumble.
Okay, let me explain why I picked Austin Theory to win the Royal Rumble. I wanted to shoot for the stars, take a wild stab at things. So I created a little story in my head that would allow Austin Theory to win the Royal Rumble. I thought all the Vision would get in the ring, like all the Vision would be in the Rumble. They'd just be throwing people out, as the Vision does. And we would get down, a Vision member here or there would get eliminated, and we'd be left with Braun Breaker, Austin Theory, and somebody else. I thought then they would eliminate that somebody else, and we'd be left with Austin Theory and Braun Breaker, and then Austin Theory hits a turn, whether that's like a super heel turn or turning face, and instead of following the plan that the Vision had made of letting Braun Breaker win, eliminating Braun Breaker, letting Theory win the Rumble. Now, that didn't fold out because Braun Breaker was eliminated
Braun was even in the thing
within 10 seconds. But I knew it was a stretch going into it. But Royal Rumbles, they're either super easy to pick or super hard. And this one, with the winner, like you probably could have picked him out. But I wanted to shoot for the stars. Why not? What was the harm in that?
Yeah. And I think he did pretty well in the Rumble. I mean, he only eliminated one person, but like still, he lasted 10 minutes. Got thrown out by my honestly surprise pick, and I think the pick that we were most hyped for.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But Austin Theory came out, fought for a little bit, got back up right away.
Yeah, he got back up right away at number 16 with Bronson Reed. And I mean, there's not really much to say. It's Bronson Reed, and he just came to help. He hit right away, and didn't even have to like get in the ring. He hopped up on that ropes and he hit the. I gotta embrace my inner Wade Barrett. Hit him with the tsunami with his little flailing arms and everything.
Yeah, I love when Bronson Reed jumps and does his little arm flail with the tsunami. And people may not have picked up this, but way back when he was the tribal thief fighting Roman Reigns at Clash in Paris, the Paul Heyman going out there and Bronson Reed.
Dude, you and
I have that stuck in my head, and I love it.
He just tries to do it every single time. But speaking of the tribal thief thing, WWE,
we got to make.
If you ever listen to me speak in this, take one thing away from this episode. I want you to take this away. Please give Bronson Reed some new merch.
Yes,
please. The tribal thief thing is pretty much over.
Yeah, it's over. He doesn't have the shoes anymore. We can make a Vision shirt and put it on Bronson Reed. We just need Bronson Reed to wear something else.
Yeah, he's not the tribal thief. Not anymore.
Like
unless he starts stealing stuff.
It would make sense that if he like beat Roman Reigns in that match, but like left the shoes or whatever. But like he lost to Roman.
Yeah, and then Roman got hospitalized.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about Bronson Reed besides give him some new merch.
Mm-hmm.
Number 17, we got Ilya Dragunov, and
I love Ilya.
there's a lot of people complaining about him. Well, not like about him, but about the way they portrayed him.
Yeah.
Because they said they made him look weak, but you can't. It's hard to say you made him look weak when you put him up against Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, when you put a bunch of meat in one ring, somebody's gonna take a little bit of a shot. Like as I said, you can't make everybody in the Rumble look good.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to take hits. And I'm not saying Ilya like is knocked down 5 pegs and is going back to NXT. Not nowhere's close to that, but he definitely like got nicked, and so he didn't look quite as strong as we know Ilya can be, but
He still wasn't.
he wasn't.
He still put up a pretty
Yeah.
decent fight, though.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we get to 18,
Mhm.
and then this is my one AAA entrance that I'm like, okay, you probably could have put like somebody else in here, and that's La Parca.
Look, I'm not gonna dox on La Parca any from my side. I don't watch AAA. I really only ever watch WWE main roster, the occasional NXT. I'll branch out someday, eventually. But so I thought he looked good for what he did. Definitely could have been earlier in the Rumble. Could have
Yeah.
saved some of these highlights for later. But unfortunate that we didn't get to see somebody else. But I'm not gonna dock La Parca. He looked good. I haven't seen his work.
Performer. It's just I think yeah, it's nothing against La Parca. It's against the fact that there were like again Finn Balor.
Mhm.
You probably should have had him in here.
But like looking at the story wise now though, I understand why he's not there.
Yeah.
Not in the Rumble. But I did think it was funny that he was not put in the Rumble after Adam Pearce went out there and did his Oprah but with Royal Rumble entries. I thought he was gonna start picking fans.
Yeah, I thought he was just gonna be like, "Yep, Bronson, you're in the Rumble. Theory, you're in the Rumble. Paul, you're in the Rumble. Hey, guys, Section 4, row 15, seat 38, you're in the Rumble." Like, okay. And then that guy just walked out. It actually been hilarious.
If they actually
just walked in there.
If they did that and let some random guy, that'd be similar to the Braun Strowman Nicholas tag team reign.
Bro. Oh my god. And then he just like it'd be like Speed when he came in the Rumble, and the only way he got someone out is because he just helped Braun Breaker throw someone out of the ring.
Did he though? Oh yeah, he helped Braun Breaker eliminate Otis.
Yeah.
And then Braun Breaker threw Speed, and then Otis caught him and then threw him over the commentary table. That's right.
But yeah, that's really all I got to say. And then
19, we got Dragon Lee.
Again, another one of these. Again,
like they're great
nothing
performers
against the performer, but I just have nothing much to say about them. Because I just don't know.
Yeah. Number 20 now, we got Logan Paul coming into the frame.
Oh yeah. This one
completing the vision minus Braun Breaker, who just got eliminated right away.
But I think Logan Paul is a great performer.
Yes.
Great wrestler. And I think he's a great heel.
He's a great piece for the WWE puzzle.
He's been a great heel. You know, even since he started YouTube, he's been a great heel. He's just the heel.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like if he was under that mask and turned on the vision to strengthen even a deeper heel turn, I feel like that would work.
Logan Paul is one of it's like similar to Dom. Like Dom and Logan are the very few people who I think can turn heel while being heel.
Yeah.
Like Dom did it when he was a heel and left Rhea for Liv at that SummerSlam. And like Logan Paul turned semi-face back to heel in that one night when he went out there
to try and
talked with Punk.
Help Punk and then punch him in the face with the brass knuckle.
Yep.
But I feel like if he did turn heel though and then ended up turning face, that would be like a huge face turn.
Yeah.
But
hey, next entrant, you kind of called it.
I did kind of call it. I saw they were jumping. I believe it was Cody Rhodes. All three of them were on. I'm like, I look at these guys. I'm like, I guarantee this next entrant is gonna be someone that hates, absolutely loathes the Vision, and is gonna come out. And then LA Knight's music hit, and wow, I think we were all just like, that was our biggest pop of the night.
Yeah, so we were watching it. It was me, Dawson, and then one of our other friends, and we were we popped in the basement. We were like yelling.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since I've actually had a reaction like that. And seeing LA Knight return, especially when the Vision is ruling the ring,
Yeah.
beautiful.
And he got all but Logan out. He
Yeah.
eliminated Theory and Reed,
Hmm.
and even Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll talk about Brock.
We'll get to that. That wasn't really good later, but then well, I guess later, as in right now, I'm not very much of attention because number 22 was Brock Lesnar. And he also looked again like a very powerhouse. He looked like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it looked like Brock Lesnar. There is him and Oba teasing, fighting, and then fought a little bit. One moment I did love is Ilya started fighting Brock, and Brock just screams in his face, and then just grabs Ilya around the neck and throws him out of the ring.
Quite silly.
Yeah, but the scream was hilarious.
That's why I love Brock Lesnar. I love him like in the ring because
he's such a he's a serious, not serious character.
Yeah, he's such like this big brute, and that like could probably rip someone's head off, but he's just a goofball. Like when he had the Money in the Bank briefcase,
the Party Brock.
Yeah, or when he came back, and he went to go confront Cena, and then R-Truth came out, and he ripped his pants, giving him an F5.
Yeah, my favorite moment between Brock Lesnar and R-Truth is Brock, or I'm gonna throw you over the top rope, Paul Heyman. Or Brock breaking character there was hilarious.
Yeah, but don't you forget about him declaring for the Royal Rumble. It's Pat McAfee FaceTime. I'm going to Royal Rumble. I'm gonna win it.
Oh, Brock. I love Brock on the Pat McAfee show. There's that clip. There's the I dare the next fool. Oh.
It's like, Pat, you look like you're in really good shape. I'm always in good shape. Oh, Brock.
Oh, Brock.
But again, now the way he was eliminated, however, during Jey
Uso's entrance later on
was, I don't know if that was bad on LA Knight and Cody Rhodes' part for throwing him out during it, or if that was Jey taking
too long. The timing I think was a little off. They threw Brock out during Jey Uso's entrance. I thought it was fairly early in Jey Uso's entrance, so I didn't know if Jey was taking too long, if they threw him out before they should have. Maybe it was all supposed to be like this, but you throwing one of your biggest, most beefiest characters out during someone else's entrance is crazy. Throwing anybody out during an entrance is crazy.
Yeah.
But also him eliminating Obafemi. Some people say it's the wrong call. Some people say it's the right call. The only call I'm hoping for is them doing something between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar. I don't care who eliminated who, as long as we get something coming out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we do.
Yeah, I really hope that we're seeing. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait till Obafemi's champion. But no. But seriously, I really hope something does come out of this, because I'd love to see them go like on one in the ring instead of
in a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
The entrance number 24 being Rey Fenix. As I said earlier,
you skipped one. You skipped the Great, the Miz.
I did skip the Miz. That's my fault.
Running into the ring, seeing Oba and Brock Lesnar face off, and then just dipping.
Yeah, I mean,
and then going in a different way. I think Rey Fenix did the same thing though. Was that Rey Fenix that did the same thing? I remember no, it was Penta, because I remember him like running around the ring.
Yeah,
trying to find a good spot to enter. Yeah, it was either Rey Fenix or Penta was running around the ring trying to find a good spot to enter. That wasn't.
But that's my bad though for skipping over the Miz. The Miz is a great character. However, recently
he's just been a nothing burger.
Yeah,
he's just been like a punching bag.
Hopefully the Miz and Carmelo Hayes can do something. I'm interested to see it. I've loved the Miz's work in the past, but like recently, it's been a struggle for me to get behind the Miz.
Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know when I guess he's been around for a while, but
yeah,
I don't think he's quite yet on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
But and then now we have Rey Fenix, and I would just like to say this is another one. Like, what was the point?
Yeah, like
especially this low. He was in there for 28 seconds.
Yeah, like if people who get eliminated quick, like if you're gonna do that, can we put them earlier in the Rumble? At the end of the Rumble, I want to see people duking it out and like surprising eliminations, like people who have a chance to win the Royal Rumble getting eliminated. Ray Phoenix getting eliminated so quick. Like as I stated earlier, we could have switched him with Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio could have had some more spots later on, and if we were gonna just eliminate Ray Phoenix quick, let's just do it with Obafemi.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done much with Ray Phoenix, unfortunately. They had that little stint with Andrade, but Andrade is no longer in the company.
Yeah.
So like I want to see him do something, whether that they put him with Penta again and they form their tag team again, or if like Ray Phoenix can actually do some single stuff. I just want to see more of Ray Phoenix before I can actually personally judge him on whether I like him or not.
Personally, I think they should send Penta over to SmackDown because, well, I guess I want to say like the tag team, but like now those are just going to be held hostage by the MFT and the Wyatt Six.
Well, we have the MFT, the Wyatt Six, we have Fraxium, and we had DIY, but Tommaso Ciampa left the company.
But yeah, we haven't seen Street Profits in a hot minute.
Yeah, well, I don't know if one of them is injured or not. Yeah. But we haven't seen them. So right now you just have Fraxium, the Wyatt Six, and the MFTs.
I feel like they're just going to get held hostage by the MFT and the Wyatt Six they're just going to go back and forth. I haven't really because Fraxium right now
is really with the former DIY. I don't know how they're gonna sprout this into something.
I think it's over now as of last SmackDown because
he got the mask back.
Yeah, because Axiom got his mask back from Gargano.
Yeah,
but yeah, so. But then we get to number 25, kicking off the final 5, and that is Jey Uso.
So he had his entrance. We talked about Brock Lesnar getting eliminated during his entrance. Not like to see that.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Yeah. Jay went out there, had his time, didn't do much, exploded his flower necklace.
Oh yeah, that was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of tough.
But went out there, and then right away he finally got in the ring, and then it was basically time for the next entrant.
Yeah, then it was just OTC time.
And then Roman Reigns came out.
As he says on the Pat McAfee podcast, he asked him what time is it over there. He says it's Tribal Chief time.
Yep. I love how Roman Reigns went out there, told Jey Uso, "Let's run it back." And they started the music and then just clocked him.
Yeah, that was quite funny. I mean, it's like, I guess, to be fair, this is the Royal Rumble, so there's no family in the Royal Rumble.
It's every man for himself, as they talked about on SmackDown, especially for the Women's Rumble.
Yeah, but I'm just him winning. That's a decision. It's a decision.
I'm not opposed to it. I definitely believe he's going after Punk because I believe that Drew is going to be defending against Cody and Jacob Fatu, which means one of those two is going to win Chamber.
Well, it'd have to be. I would almost think it has to be Cody because he doesn't get a rematch clause.
What?
I do believe.
Why doesn't he get to?
I believe it. I thought it was stated that he doesn't get.
Well, but then how does Jacob Fatu get in there?
Well, I think Jacob wins the Rumble and Cody does something to get.
You mean Jacob wins the Chamber?
Or the Chamber, sorry.
No, you're good.
But then Cody, being Cody,
just takes the contract and signs it like Rhea does.
Yeah,
when that's not how a contract works.
Or just gets himself in there somehow.
Yeah.
They're not on. I don't know. Raw or Adam Pearce just likes to throw people in triple threat matches all the time.
Yeah. But. So, but I definitely think it's going to be Cody, Jacob, and Drew for the WWE title at WrestleMania, probably main event of night 1. Because if you do have CM Punk and Roman Reigns, the Zebros, wrestling for a title, that's most definitely going to be night 2, which just adds to Roman Reigns' total of WrestleMania main events, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying.
Punk's 2, that makes it
2. See, my only thing is, though, is you main event night 1, but are you really main eventing WrestleMania?
Yeah.
If you main event,
I would have rather had the 41 night 1 main event be the night 2 main event.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
But going back, personally, WWE counts it. I don't necessarily think I do.
Yeah. But I feel like if predicting ahead, if that's how it goes, Roman Reigns decides to choose Punk, that if Seth does not come back before WrestleMania, that's when he will come back.
Well, I think
And like
Seth is gonna fight the Vision before he does anything with Punk. Is what I think is going to happen.
If he comes back, I think he'll probably tamper with that match during. Well, I just figured he'd tamper with that match because he hates Punk.
Maybe.
But I feel
I'm
like
not
if he
for
comes
sure.
back before Mania, there's definitely going to be a Braun and Rollins match at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
It won't be a main event, but it'll be a match.
it'll be a match.
Yeah.
A good one at that.
Yeah.
27 was Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu. I'm glad that he's back. I'm glad that he's kind of pushing for this world title thing too.
Yes. He was definitely he did his time in the Bloodline / MFTs. It's good to see them letting him go out on his own after him feuding for the U.S. title solo.
And then he has his shares with Cody Rhodes in the ring, but Cody ends up getting
eliminated
by not anyone even in the Rumble. Just Drew McIntyre, just Claymore.
My one complaint with that is WWE did not do a good job of hiding Drew McIntyre when they did that. They panned the camera. You could see Drew McIntyre in the background.
I personally wasn't paying attention like that much to like see him.
But I saw a tall
person pointed out right away. He's like, there's Drew McIntyre right in the corner, and then here he comes.
Yeah, I saw large dude, hairy chest, not in the ring, outside the ring, and nobody had been eliminated recently. So I knew that it was Drew McIntyre, and he came around the corner and Claymored Cody, eliminating Cody from the match.
Yep. But I'm just hoping to see, like you said, maybe WrestleMania match for the title between him and Cody and Drew.
Yep.
So we'll see how that pans out.
Then entrant number 28
was Penta. And I just don't think this was a good placement for Penta.
Yeah.
I feel like Penta should have been earlier, and you save someone like LA Knight.
Yeah.
Move him down.
I mean, LA Knight was placed in a good
I
spot.
feel like
with
he
the
was
Vision
placed in a good spot.
But you could move all the Vision up.
Yeah.
Heck, you could. You could even switch him with La Parka, and La Parka, necessarily didn't make a huge impact in the Rumble, but it was a surprise nonetheless.
If I had to pick anybody here, though, I would have to pick Royce Keys to switch his spot because I feel like that is such a big surprise that you would want to keep down the lower end.
Yeah, and like everybody assumed that he was coming to WWE. Everybody said he was signed, but just seeing him come out at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia was a fantastic sight. And so moving him up to a higher number, like putting him at 29, 30.
Yeah, even just like switching it, literally just switching Penta and Royce Keys, having Royce at 28 and Penta at 14, I think would just be
good.
Yeah, would just be fine. And then 29, my personal pick that I thought was going to win the Royal Rumble, which was Randy Orton. I thought this for a while, but then even when Cody lost the title to Drew, I was a little skeptical because I thought Cody would have retained. I really thought Cody was going to retain to Mania, and then Randy was going to win the Rumble, and you have that whole story where Randy's finally like, "Yeah, I'm not on your side anymore. I want my title."
Yeah,
and then goes for that and chases that and gets a spot at WrestleMania and wins at WrestleMania to make him 15 times. That way he's not tied with Triple H anymore.
Yeah.
It becomes the definitive third most winningest.
Most world title reigns.
Most world title, yeah.
Yeah, because Cena has his 17. Ric Flair has 16. That's the WWE count. Ric Flair says the true number is 21. Choose whichever you want, but according to WWE, it's Cena at 17, Flair at 16, and then it's Triple H and Randy at 14. Maybe others, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't think so though. But if Randy gets another one, that puts him above Triple H at 15.
I think it just needs to happen.
Yeah, I do too. But like, does Triple H stop that from happening just out of his own jealousy?
Well, I mean, he did put himself on a cover of the recent 2K cover.
Well, he doesn't make that decision though. I think 2K does.
Oh, well,
but I don't think Triple H would. I don't think he's that selfish.
I would hope not.
But it is what it is because Triple H was there. He was like a mentor for Randy Orton when Randy Orton first showed up.
Yep.
it'd be nice for Triple H to be running the company and giving Randy Orton that 15th title reign.
And now we're gonna get to the last entrant of the Royal Rumble.
Gunther.
Why? That's literally my one question. Is just why?
Yeah, he limped out to the match, not actually hurt. At least I don't believe so. But selling from the calf crusher AJ Styles had put him in his match before. Gunther did a good job at playing the Gunther role. Just going in there, especially at the end when it was him and Roman Reigns left, just sleeper holds.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sorry, but this is the Royal Rumble. Nobody wants to watch a 10-minute sleeper fest for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I feel like, they'd probably get him in here to get another powerhouse. But by then...
Yeah, well, you get to the final four, and it's Gunther, Randy, Roman Reigns, and Logan Paul.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul, the Rumble seems to just be his match.
Yeah.
Because he's been in the final four, I believe so, for the past 3 years. Because he was in the final four this year.
Yep.
Last year he was in the final three, and then I think he was in the final four the year before. And then he also had that fantastic spot with Ricochet in that Rumble when they both did the springboard clothesline.
Yeah,
which
that was good.
Which was great. But it ended up being Randy and Gunther and Roman. Gunther then eliminating Randy as well. And you're left with Gunther and Roman Reigns.
And then
at that point, you kind of knew who was going to win.
I know. It was like, there's no way that you're going to make Gunther win the Royal Rumble. Luckily, they didn't. Thankfully, they didn't.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to watch him retire AJ Styles and win the Royal Rumble the same day, or else I might have put a remote to the TV. But
see, if Gunther would have won, though, I feel like he would have challenged CM Punk. Now, with that being said, I wonder if he would have put, like, if Gunther would have said, "I don't want the title, I want your career."
Brother, if he would have, and he would have done that to my glorious King CM Punk, and CM Punk lost, bro's not safe anywhere.
Yeah.
I would find him.
Yeah, but like, I'm glad WWE didn't go that way. CM Punk definitely has a lot left in the tank, but I'm wondering if that was a possibility.
Yeah.
But we'll never know. Roman Reigns won.
And now
so much better than his last Rumble win in 2015. We actually have a character that people get behind. That's great.
Even though they're all like, "Oh, you let a part-timer win the Rumble." Shut up. He does it better. Like he said, he does it better part-time than some of them do it full-time. So
yeah, and like he also said on the Pat McAfee show, WWE has failed to make stars in Roman Reigns' absence, which is true. And this doesn't help that he won the Royal Rumble. I'm not upset with Roman winning the Rumble, but this definitely shows that WWE has failed to make more main event stars when Roman Reigns was gone in his major absences in 2025.
Yeah. But like we stated, I believe he'll probably go for Punk. I could see him saying that he wants his title back and go for Drew, but at the same time,
he hasn't won this other title, and that could be a reason why he goes after it.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think the Rumble was not that bad.
The Rumble was definitely not the best Royal Rumble, but it wasn't the worst Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I do have one final opinion about the Royal Rumbles in general. I think we need to tone down on the amount of people that declare for the Royal Rumble. Because for the women, we knew 16 of the entrances, and we knew 20 for the men. That's a little over 50% for the women and 66% for the men. Now, I'm not saying like we can't have these people in the Royal Rumble. Like we can't have, Penta or The Miz or Rey Fenix in the Rumble. But I don't think they should declare and let it be a little bit more of a surprise. Like not that they're surprised that they're in the Royal Rumble, but just like, oh, who is it gonna be? Because we were sitting there and we were like, oh, that person declared. Oh, that's a surprise. We only have 9 more surprises left. Sitting there counting down, and then once you finish how many surprises you have, like, oh, well, we know who's all left in the Royal Rumble versus, you have 10 to 15 people declare,
Yeah.
and you don't know half of the entrances, and it could be people who still work at the company and are there weekly, but it's just it's unpredictable
Mhm.
versus where this is predictable in the sense that you know who it's in, you just don't know when they're gonna come out.
Yeah, like that's I feel like that would have made Roman Reigns win a little better is that if he didn't say that he was going to be there because if you have people iffy like, well, he probably might be there, but he hasn't been around for a while, so he might not be there, and he
Yeah,
just comes in and just cleans
wins.
house,
Yeah,
then yeah, but like I
or
understand guys like Cody Rhodes, like the way
them
he
declaring.
declared, I liked that because he was saying like, I'm going to get my get back, I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble, and I'm
Or I
going to
like
win.
how like they did what they did with the Vision, where like Adam Pearce came in and said, "All right, you're no longer suspended. You can be in the Rumble, and the rest of you can be
Yeah,
in the Rumble."
to
But
make it
like,
things to make things harder for
yeah,
him,
but
but
like Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio declaring for the Royal Rumble. Well, yeah, we assumed they were going to be in the Rumble, but now like it's guaranteed. But so like it's not like a super surprise when their music hits. Like
or
yes, their music would have hit and they would have come out and people would have been happy.
yeah,
But like why do we have to know they're in the Rumble? Why can't we just like speculate and it's like, oh cool, they're in the Royal Rumble.
yeah, or like Ilya Dragunov
Yeah, he
making
didn't have to declare. Like,
yeah.
yes, it was great that he was in the Royal Rumble, but if he wasn't in the Rumble and he hadn't declared, like, I think you can get a little bit louder of pops or reactions
Mhm.
when somebody hasn't declared for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Now, we talked quite a bit about people in. Let's talk about who wasn't in it. I want to start with Joe Hendry because I understand he just got signed, but I still feel like he's such a fan favorite that you would expect him to be in the Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, it it is what it is. Like we these rumbles, I don't think they ever will because 30 man Royal Rumbles are what are now. But I think if you bumped it up to 40 people for either or, it would work just as fine. It could be a nice thing to see. You could get more people in there. But it is what it is. Yeah, Joe Hendry wasn't in there. Any like there wasn't a whole lot of NXT representation on the
I
men's
didn't even
side.
think there was only one, and that was Oba because technically both Trick Williams and Javon Evans were main roster.
Yeah, and Oba like just hasn't signed with a
Yeah.
specific brand yet.
So like not seeing guys like Ethan Page
Age
or Ricky Saints or Joe Hendry,
agree.
like these are all guys that you really should bring up.
Hmm. And then there's always
There's
the
the
speculation of Jericho there
Jericho.
too. Um, I would have loved to see him there. I'm not surprised that he wasn't. Because technically he's still on the AEW roster page. I don't know what that actually means, but
My guess for a Jericho return, because like it's hard to say now because throughout the month of February he's on a Fozzy tour. But like I say that because everybody thinks that Brock Lesnar is gonna be the next one that Gunther retires, and that'll be at SummerSlam in Minnesota.
what does he do heading into WrestleMania?
Exactly. So that's
Like
where
the
I
yeah.
think even you wait till I guess March, you still have a month of build up,
Hmm.
but that's when you introduce. That's when Gunther's been saying, "Oh yeah, I made John Cena tap out like a little bitch. I made AJ Styles pass out like a little bitch." And then Jericho comes in, and is like, "Okay, well then let's do this. Like,
Yeah.
come on."
I Gunther's character is great, but like there's only so many people he can retire, especially right now.
I'm hoping that he gets this the title of Legend Killer, and then gets to Randy retire Randy, and Randy shows him who the real Legend Killer
Yeah,
is.
yeah. I think that's hopefully where we're heading with Gunther retiring these people, uh, and then people are kind of calling him the Legend Killer or a career ender.
Mhm.
And Randy Orton comes out and says, "You're not the Legend Killer. I am."
Yeah,
And then they have a match. Whether that is Gunther retiring Randy and actually taking up the moniker as Legend Killer and just being an absolute beast, because like all the memes that are shown now on Instagram and whatever social media you look at, it's photoshopping Gunther as Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet and just putting all the different faces of the people he's retiring on. And if he like completes that and gets a long list, he becomes an unstoppable monster that is not quite as big, but is getting up there to the bloodline tribal chief Roman Reigns
yeah.
level of bad guy and not being able to get beaten.
or they're just going to euthanize. They're just going to keep they're going to find the fountain of youth, and they're just going to keep dumping it on Gunther so that way he can live forever and retire every single wrestler, even people that come after him.
He's gonna retire Javon.
Yeah.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, I mean, overall,
Overall,
decent Rumble.
I'm happy with the card. Liv
Yeah.
Morgan, Roman Reigns, good Rumble
Good choice
winners.
for the winners.
Drew retaining was a good decision, especially with them building that triple threat.
Mhm.
And him just winning the Rumble, and the unfortunate AJ Styles retiring, but hopefully he goes on to have a short run in another company to finish out his career,
Yep.
just as he would want to
We're all praying for BDE versus AJ Styles.
in TNA. But that's all I have for this episode.
Yeah. I guess if I had to rate my top matches, I would probably say the best match was the first half of the Men's Royal Rumble.
You can't do that.
Okay, fine. I'll do the whole Men's Royal Rumble. But then I guess my worst match would probably have to be Drew and Sammy, just because it was kind of just like a nothing burger of a match.
Yeah, I would definitely go Men's Rumble, Women's Rumble, AJ Gunther, Sammy Drew. The matches I still enjoyed at least a little bit. But as I had stated, I did fall asleep for part of the Drew Sammy
it's also
match.
the Royal Rumble. Everybody's there to watch the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, like you do need those extra matches in there, but
yeah,
like everybody is there to watch the Royal Rumble. But yeah,
that's all I got for us. So
we're reviewing Raw next.
Yeah,
we're actually gonna go watch that right now.
Watch it right now. But thank everyone for tuning in for our first episode of Main Event Breakdown, and we will see you guys in the next episode.
Goodbye.